Alright, so Courtney is getting ready to trim her first tomato off the plant. Oh, look how cute. Look at how
first
cute
tomato.
it is. That's not the only one. There's another bright red one over there, but...
Alright, Colin's gonna try the first tomato off our tomato plant.
Hey! Oh, that was
That's
delicious.
the culprit of our digger? Yeah.
That's delicious.
Now for a little update on our tree slash house thingy, house tree, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's gotten pretty cleaned up. A lot more thinned out up top so you can see it a little better. And the daisies in here are doing really well, especially this latest one. This is the most recent one to open. That's a little stuff in there. That was the second one to open, and well, this first one, it just always looked a little deformed right from the get-go. So yeah, but cleaned that out a lot. That was just, you couldn't see a lot of that tree, the chimney stack up there. So yeah, it got cleaned out pretty good. You can see the little door there again, and Colin's little creature thing he's building. And here we have these. I'm not sure, I'm gonna get nailed with the water. I'm not sure what kind of flower these are, but these are the ones we transplanted over to here. And they smell wonderful, and they're very pretty. So yeah, we just dug those up and transplanted them to here. Hey guys, time for another little garden update. So the tomato plants are getting repotted into, well, that one's not going to end up getting repotted. Right now it's in a bigger fabric pot that I ordered the wrong size. But it's actually doing pretty good. This one's not so happy. I think it's pretty well root bound in that little pot right now. So we're going to have to take care of that. You can kind of see down there, there's roots coming out the hole, so it's definitely it's outgrown this poor pot for sure. You can kind of see there's definite color difference between the two as well. So we'll get that taken care of. So this pepper plant is doing pretty good here. Those same 3 peppers are still on there. The one here, that one, and then this one here. And then I think there were 2 or 3 more coming in. Let's see if we can find them. Okay, there's this one. Oh gosh, it's hard to see back in here. Oh, there's another one right down there. So this one here. Gosh, it's hard to see with all the leaves. And there was one more, I thought, a tiny one somewhere else. Oh, right down there. Yeah, that one there. And this tomato plant is doing really well in the bigger pot for sure. I mean, there's growth. There's a tiny one there. They're just another one up in there. I mean, it's got tomatoes coming in everywhere. So it seems to be doing pretty good and happy. Yeah, there are just tons of them everywhere. So it's doing really well compared to its buddy. But I think that one will do better as soon as we get it out of that pot. Okay, so the broccoli, reminder, I have never grown anything before, so I don't know what this stuff is supposed to do. It looks super weird. And then this one's totally different. Like the structure of it's very different down inside there. You can see it's starting to get like that little growth in there, but it's not nothing's shooting out, and there's a bunch more leaves in with that than there was on these others. This has probably got the most growth going on. You can see it just, like, these things shoot up out of the... I'm just not quite sure, but we're just gonna keep watering it and keep growing and see what happens. And then that's our last broccoli there. So this pepper plant, it's doing pretty good. We've got this one pepper, it's the same pepper that's been coming in for a while. It's getting big. I mean, for a pepper, it's still small, but I'm excited. But that's the only one that's coming in. The other pepper plant over there, the other bell pepper plant over there, doesn't have any coming in yet. So hopefully soon. The kale, guys, I'm really impressed with the kale. It was looking so sad it seemed like for quite a while when I planted it. It would have a lot of leaves, it would droop down and hit the ground, but look at it, it's looking really good, I think. I mean, again, don't know what the heck it's supposed to really look like, but hey, it's growing and I think it looks healthy. None of this stuff's falling down to the ground anymore. So I think it's looking pretty good. Alright guys, one last update. This daisy is looking pretty good. So it's down to those two flowers. I almost think maybe it needs a little nutrients of some sort. This one's looking a little not so happy, maybe. A little bit of fading going on it. But yeah, I cut out the one that was kind of deformed. It finally just died off, so I cut it out of there a little while ago, but it's looking good, and it looks like, again, we've got that little ball down in there. Should be another flower starting, I think. So that's exciting. We'll see how it comes. So my pepper the other day, one had fallen off. I'm pretty sure they're not ripe still, and it was odd because it was laying like way further over, like over here from the pepper plant. It was one that fell off from, I think, like right over in here. Anyways, yeah, it was kind of odd. But there's a few new ones growing. There's one right down. Oh, that's right in there. Let's see. One back there. I've got Carl helping me. My big boy. But what I noticed, now that I understand more about plants, so what I noticed is if you follow, this is the, hi buddy. Yes. Hi sir. My gardening buddy. So what I noticed was, now that I understand how plants grow a little bit better, is, so down here starts this main stem. This is actually the main stem. And if you follow it up, you can see it branched off here. And this, I'm sure they're the same, I'm pretty sure they're the same terminology on any plant, is a sucker one that grew off of the main stem. And they cut the main stem right here, which means it stopped any growth coming on this stem anymore. At least that's how it works on tomato plants, and I'm guessing it's the same here, because yeah, nothing's grown off of there, and maybe that's why this was kind of sitting in like the bargain bin at the Ace Hardware. Anyways, but that's okay. Here's our other pepper plant. That one hasn't started any bell peppers yet. It seems like some of these maybe are late bloomers. I don't know. Don't know anything about this whole gardening thing, but we're giving it a go. Alright, so here we have the tomato plant. This one's been in this pot for a while. It's doing pretty good. Looks pretty healthy. Happy, I think. Lots of new little tomatoes starting on it everywhere. Sorry, it's not quite focusing, but there are just tons of little tomatoes everywhere on this one. This girl, she just got put in the same size pot as the other one now. And yeah, she hasn't been looking too happy. I've given her some nutrients. Hopefully this bigger pot will help because she was definitely root bound in the last one. We'll see how she does. And then, yeah, the onions, there's not much to see there, I guess, huh? The kale's looking pretty fantastic. I mean, from what I don't know. It doesn't look sad like it did before, so that is a plus. And last but certainly not least, this bell pepper is doing pretty good. It's getting big. And there's other flowers starting on it like there are on the other one, so we'll see if it starts any more bell peppers anytime soon, but hey, it's got one. It's looking good. It's exciting. Alright, so one more peek at the garden. I don't know, this is week like 9 or 10. If the video quality looks different, I had to go back to my phone because my camera, it broke. I fixed it once, but I don't think it's not working again. Anyways, but here's what she's looking like today. I've had that kale right there. I had to take out a huge chunk of it because I'm pretty sure the cabbage aphids have attacked it. And I don't know yet what to do about that. So I just took out what was covered with that stuff and hopefully it won't screw up the rest of them. We'll see. And then over here today, they're kind of fenced off to keep the dogs out, but I just threw in some amendments in there. Hopefully that will help that tiny kale there do a little better. This pepper, it had one pepper on it that was about the size of a silver dollar maybe, and it fell off. It was kind of bruised because another leaf or branch had grown into it. So it has no fruit on it right now, but we'll see. Hopefully the amendments will help. That broccoli right here has been amended. I'm kind of doing it in stages so that I can block it off from the dogs. I haven't done any of these, and I also kind of want to see how it changes. That was the one that was doing the worst, so I want to see how it does once it gets amended. This pepper plant, you can see in there, has a bell pepper coming in, so that's pretty good. And it looks like a few more probably starting, but too tiny to really see anything. And our Durango pepper, that one down here has been on there for quite a while. This up in here is a newer one. These two, gosh, over here together are new, and then this one down here, that one's been there for quite a while. And one other one fell off that had come in about the same size as those two larger ones, and it is in the kitchen drying and turning a very nice red. So here's our tomatoes. This plant is doing much better, so I've got a cage around it to kind of hold it up. And down in there we can see those two are starting to turn red. But yeah, there's a lot of good growth on this one, it seems like. Yeah. Tons of new flowers coming in on it everywhere. And then just lots of tomatoes just buried all in there. So that's exciting. This one, it was transplanted a week or so ago. It's doing all right. Hopefully it'll bounce back. Its color looks a little deeper green than this other one. You can kind of tell from the video. So we'll see. They've both been amended. This one more recently though, the darker green one, so I don't know. Onions, haven't done anything with those. So, yeah. This pepper is getting so big now. she's looking good. And it looks like maybe this one might survive some of those others on there. So I learned that peppers don't like when it gets really hot, like over 100 or something, which it keeps doing here off and on. And so that sends the peppers into kind of killing off the peppers that are starting the little flowers and putting it into just survival mode. So we'll see. Hopefully some of those make it. I just put nutrients in it yesterday, hence the little cage thing around it. That one I put some in a while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And you can tell it's looking better than the one that I didn't. So we'll see. My Durango pepper plant is doing really good. You can see there's that pepper down there, one there. Ooh, got one there. One there. It's different than that one down there. And then a couple starting. We got that one there starting. And then this one up there starting. So maybe a few more of these will make it. I don't know. Got lots of flowers on it everywhere. We'll see how many survive this heat. The tomatoes seem to be doing really good. Lots of red in there. I need to come get some of those guys out of there. And then this one, after it's been repotted, it was repotted a little while ago now. It's doing good too. We got red in there. It's looking like it's producing some more fruit too, so it's looking pretty good. There they are. So this is the pepper that's had nutrients a little while ago, a couple weeks ago I think. You can see it's got that pepper coming in now. It was the first one to grow a pepper on it, and it grew in next to, I think at the time it was this shoot there, and it bruised the pepper really bad and I had to cut that off. So maybe that one will make it. But yeah, this one over here, look at that sucker. It's doing good. Hopefully the nutrients will help get it back. It started turning pretty yellow compared to the other one, so fingers crossed. So the broccoli is pretty much a loss at this point. Those herbs that aren't planted, well, even the parsley that's planted, probably not going to survive. Anyways, but that bell pepper back there is doing all right. This one, check out that one, doing so good. And I'm going to clip these two red peppers off of here in just a minute. The tomato plants, they're doing pretty darn good. So, yeah, get to clipping. Okay, so it's time to finally cut this pepper. Oh, so exciting. Okay. Oh, I don't want to get that leaf. Okay. There she went. There went that one. This one too. There we go. All right. So here are our two peppers. They look pretty good. Having a little bit of dirt on them, but yeah, look at those suckers. Durango Peppers. We're gonna try one in dinner tonight, so I'm excited. I wanted to give another quick little update on the garden. The peppers are doing fantastic. The Durango peppers, that is. So there's those three that I think are probably still growing. And then this one back there is still growing, but then that one there, it's gotten pretty good size. And then this one down here It's really big. Gosh, it's hard to even see it all. So yeah, that one's gotten pretty big, so I'm just waiting for those two bigger ones to start turning color. But it's been doing really good, and we still have even some new flowers coming in. There's one there, one here. You can see some flowers that had come in at one point, like that one right there. Yeah, a lot of them I don't think we're gonna make it. It's really close to the end of the season. It's September 21st today, so good chance a lot of these. This will be all that's left for this pepper plant, I think, is what's on there. And the tomatoes, they are looking really good as well. Lots of red in there. I need to come through and clip some of those out. But still getting new growth. You can see some little tomatoes. Yeah, so we're still growing. This one, yeah, a lot of red in there. Yeah, some of the leaves don't look super healthy. The shovel was there because I tried to add some nutrients, and the dogs like to go in and get it out. Tried to keep them from getting to it. Anyways, but yeah, they're doing pretty good. What's left of the garden, well, that's a sad state of affairs. There's this one pepper, and I've just left it on there to see what happens to it. The broccoli, same cabbage aphids that got my kale that I ended up ripping all of that out. Got a hold of the broccoli, and I think the broccoli was planted at the wrong time of season anyways. I left it in because it just blocks the dogs from digging more stuff out of the garden. So it totally looks like a mess in here, and it is. The sage is doing, thyme is doing fantastic. The parsley is also doing pretty good. Oh, and down in here there's a couple onions in there. We'll see if they make it. And that is the other pepper plant. And yeah. So that's what's left of the garden this year. Oh gosh, that thyme smells so good. It's all on my fingers and it smells yummy. Well, it's almost the end of the season. See, there's still a fair amount of tomatoes on that one. It's pretty green. I just clipped all the ripe tomatoes off that one and pruned it back quite a bit. But this one here still has some ripe ones on it. One in particular. That girl right there. She's gotten to be pretty good size. There's a better view of her. So we are actually going to clip her right now. She'll be okay. Oh no, I should have clipped her sooner. So that's not because she just fell. That's totally my fault. Inconsistent watering will cause them to split like that. That's totally a bummer. Because, yeah, when it cracks like that, then the bacteria can get into the tomato. Oh, man. There's still some other good ones on here that are getting pretty decent size. But look, I mean, that one was so much bigger. It's getting comparable to that one, but... Womp, womp. Learned my lesson. Quick peek at our Durango peppers. Those are doing fantastic. So, try to get a size perspective there. I mean, that thing's definitely longer than my hand. It's pretty good size. This one down here is pretty, well, it's not bad size. But this one down the bottom here is also, gosh, it's gotten really big. It's about the size of my hand too. And then these over here, I don't know that we're gonna get any more this year off of her. So you can see some where peppers were starting, but I don't think they're gonna make it. There's a flower down there. The tomatoes are actually still coming in, but I don't think the pepper's gonna produce anymore in this one. Gosh, it's like it started taking off now. So I don't know, maybe I watered it too much. Don't know. And then here's that one bell pepper. It's actually not being as dark as it looked before, so I'm just leaving it on there to kind of see what it does. The thyme is doing quite well. Those onions, we'll see how they do because they've kind of been transplanted a couple times. And then this is our parsley. Look at the size of these leaves. They're huge. Massive parsley. So,
I don't know if this knife is capable of this or not.